You ever watch a movie and think, how did this even get made? That's Desperado. In 1995, Robert Rodriguez took a tiny budget, a guitar case full of guns, and two stars about to blow up, Antonio Banderas and Salma Hayek, and turned it into one of the wildest action films of the decade. Most people remember the shootouts and the style, but the stories behind the film are even better. Here are 15 crazy facts about Desperado you probably never knew. Casting surprises. 1. Quentin Tarantino's cameo. Let's kick things off with one you might have spotted if you were paying close attention. In the middle of chaos, there's a fast-talking American at the bar telling a wild joke about a glass of pee. That guy? None other than Quentin Tarantino, the legendary filmmaker behind Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. Tarantino was friends with director Robert Rodriguez, so he slipped into Desperado for a cheeky cameo. And the best part? He gets gunned down almost instantly, making his over-the-top joke even more memorable. 2. Steve Buscemi plays Buscemi, but Quentin wasn't the only familiar face hiding in plain sight. Enter Steve Buscemi. His character doesn't even get a proper name. He's just Buscemi. Yep, literally his own last name. Director Robert Rodriguez admitted he wrote the part with Buscemi in mind, so instead of wasting time on a character name, he just slapped Buscemi on it. And honestly, it fits. He kicks off the movie by strolling into a bar and unloading this wild, rambling monologue about El Mariachi. That one speech doesn't just open the movie, it instantly turns El Mariachi into a legend. 3. The role that almost went to J-Lo. The casting surprises didn't stop there. Before Salma Hayek became the face of Desperado, Jennifer Lopez auditioned for Carolina. It's wild to imagine her as the bookstore owner who becomes El Mariachi's partner in crime. At the time, Lopez was still chasing breakout roles, and this could have changed her career path entirely. But Robert Rodriguez felt Hayek brought the perfect mix of fire and vulnerability. One look at her scenes with Antonio Banderas, and you get it. Their chemistry is what made the movie unforgettable.
No, I was trying to move my cash register.
4. Raul Julia was almost the villain. But the biggest casting twist was also the saddest. Legendary actor Raul Julia, best known as Gomez Addams in The Addams Family, was originally cast as Bucho, the drug lord villain in Desperado. Rodriguez believed his intensity would bring gravitas to the role, but fate had other plans. Tragically, Julia passed away in 1994 before filming began, forcing the studio to recast. It's one of those haunting what-if moments, imagining his towering presence squaring off against Banderas. In the end, Joaquim de Almeida made Bucho his own, delivering a convincing menace, though fans still wonder what Julia might have brought. Action, stunts, and chaos. 5. Antonio Banderas went all in. Once the casting was settled, Antonio Banderas stepped into the boots of El Mariachi and went all in. He performed many of the guitar sequences himself and took on dangerous stunts, proving he wasn't afraid to bleed a little for authenticity. And that's exactly what sold the character, the raw mix of pain and power. You weren't just watching an action hero, you were watching an artist who lived every frame of the role. 6. Rated almost NC-17 for violence. Banderas went all in on stunts and guitar, but Desperado wasn't just extreme in action, it was pushing the limits for Hollywood itself. Originally, the film earned an NC-17 rating due to its over-the-top violence, which required several bloody shootout scenes to be trimmed in order to obtain an R rating. Even with those cuts, the action is unstoppable. Bullets flying, bodies crashing, chaos everywhere. Can you imagine what it would have been like with the full version? Those edits didn't take away the thrill. If anything, they made the movie punchier and more intense. 7. Continuity error. Amid all the shootouts and explosions, Desperado still manages a few sneaky little bloopers. Here's a fun one. During the bar fight, when El Mariachi breaks a guy's neck, his kneecaps are covered in white dust. But seconds later, as he finishes writing a note to Bucho, the dust has completely vanished. A tiny continuity mistake in an otherwise high-octane scene, but it's a hilarious little Easter egg for eagle-eyed fans. Even in a movie this intense, Rodriguez left a sneaky wink for viewers paying attention. Did you notice this? Let us know in the comments. 8. Danny Trejo. Silent but deadly. While small mistakes can be fun to spot, some performances are unforgettable, even without a single word. Danny Trejo, the iconic tough guy actor, plays El Mariachi's prison contact and friend, who exudes menace with a serious presence. Yet he doesn't speak a single line throughout the entire movie, proving that sometimes presence alone can steal the scene. One glare, one menacing look, and you instantly know this isn't someone to mess with. It's proof that in Rodriguez's world, sometimes silence speaks louder than words, and Trejo delivers intimidation like no one else could. Choreographed chaos. 9. Grammy-winning soundtrack. Desperado isn't just visually thrilling, the music elevates every moment. Composed by Los Lobos and Tito and Tarantula, the soundtrack blends traditional Mexican sounds with rock and blues, giving the film its unforgettable swagger. Every strum and riff adds a unique flavor to the madness on screen. The soundtrack even won a Grammy for Best Pop Instrumental Performance, proving that Desperado didn't just redefine action, it redefined how music can shape the pulse of a movie. 10. Action in perfect sync. And the Grammy-winning soundtrack did more than set the scene. It dictated the rhythm of every fight and stunt. He timed the action to every beat, making each shootout and stunt feel like a perfectly choreographed dance. Every jump, dodge, and gunshot hits in sync with the music, turning the violence into a rhythmic spectacle. It's proof that the award-winning score wasn't just for listening. It literally drove the action, giving Desperado its signature style and impossible to skip. 11. Salma Hayek. Dancing to the beat. And it wasn't just the action timed to perfection. The actors got in on the rhythm too. Salma Hayek spent weeks learning basic Spanish guitar and practicing intricate dance moves to embody Carolina's character fully. She nailed the strums and steps to make every scene feel authentic. That dedication brought a real energy to her character, showing that Desperado's rhythm wasn't just in the soundtrack or action, but in the actors themselves, moving perfectly in tune with the film's pulse. Production and hidden details. 12. Tiny budget, huge impact. Believe it or not, Desperado was made on a modest $7 million budget. For a film packed with gunfights, stunts, and sweeping Mexican locales, it looks way bigger than its price tag. Rodriguez proved that clever filmmaking, tight planning, and a bold vision can make a small budget feel blockbuster-sized. Every explosion, stunt, and cool shot was designed to look big without spending big. And it paid off. The film went on to gross over $25 million worldwide, turning a small investment into a major success and proving Rodriguez's magic on a budget. 13. From El Pistolero to Desperado. Before it became the Desperado we know today, the film was originally titled El Pistolero, meaning the gunman. This title choice was intentional, aiming to maintain consistency with the first film, El Mariachi, 1992. However, the studio decided to change it to Desperado, believing the new title sounded punchier and would appeal more to international audiences. Interestingly, in Mexico, the film was released as Pistolero, aligning with the original title. The new title perfectly captured the swagger and edge of Antonio Banderas's El Mariachi, turning a simple descriptor into a brand. 14. Ford pickup Easter egg. If you're a fan of El Mariachi, you might have caught it. The same Ford pickup from the first film makes an early appearance in Desperado. It's a clever little detail for longtime fans, a nod that ties Desperado back to its predecessor, El Mariachi, rewarding eagle-eyed viewers. It's a wink from the director, adding depth and continuity to the El Mariachi universe. 15. Legacy. Beyond the Easter eggs and stunts, Desperado was also turning heads and winning awards. The film earned several accolades, including the ASCAP Film and Television Music Award for top box office films, highlighting how its unforgettable soundtrack and stylish action left a lasting impact. These honors cemented Desperado's legacy, showing it wasn't just an action-packed ride, but a stylish film that still inspires fans and filmmakers today.
We need to find him right away.
You said we're being watched.
And there you have it, 15 crazy facts that make Desperado even more legendary than the bullets and guitar cases suggest. From unforgettable cameos to Grammy-winning music, it's a film packed with surprises at every turn. Which fact blew your mind the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to keep the film trivia coming.